check out purposelyhere.com, where you will find my self-published book. Purposelyhere.com also has exclusive merchandise for men, women, and kids. Purposelyhere.com is also available on your mobile devices. Stay tuned and enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Demetria Beckham, and I'm back with another video. Hey, before I get started, if you like the shirt that I'm wearing, make sure you check out the description where I will have the link for the shirt and for both of my self-published books as well. Listen, there's something I want to talk about that I know a lot of you have already been up on the information about it. And that is the young Detroit girl, Naziah Harris. It's been reported that her aunt's boyfriend, the father of her 5 children, had been having a sexual relationship with her and had eventually impregnated her. Now, this is the turn of it all. During the time, Naziah was only maybe, 12 when she got pregnant. But from my understanding, the relationship, I don't even know if we can consider this a relationship, because this is a 40-something-year-old man. But the so-called relationship that they had was even going before then. Ultimately, this has resulted in her disappearance, and many are saying her death. And so this is very disturbing to me. This is very heartbreaking to me. It's because here it is, a known pedophile. The aunt knew, the family knew, her grandmother knew, whom had custody of her at the time of her disappearance, or at the time of, we'll say, her murder, because there's so much evidence pointing to the fact that she has been murdered. All these people knew that this man was a pedophile, yet they chose to have this man around her and other children. It's so much wrong with this situation. First of all, for the aunt who knew that he was a pedophile, is because she even admitted that he told her that he had been in trouble for this particular thing, yet she had 5 children with him. Let's talk about the desperation. You know this man's history, yet you choose to lay down with him, have children, expose your children to the possibilities of what he could do to them and others around him. It's never that serious. And then for the grandmother who knew, yet still allowed him to be around Naziah. I don't understand how we've gotten away from, should I call it common sense? How we've gotten away from good thinking. Like, it does not take a lot to figure out what's right, what's wrong, what's acceptable in this situation. And then this child who thinks she loves this grown man who's only using her for sex. Now let's back it back a little bit. For you all who maybe haven't heard about the situation or isn't very familiar with what's going on. Well, Naziah's grandmother took custody of her because I think it's rumored that maybe her mom was drug addicted or some type of substance abuse, not 100% certain. Now, this is why I say, moms, us, we need to be careful of our choices, because our choices don't just affect us. It affects everybody around us, including our children. So due to her possible substance abuse, it caused her to not be able to take care of her child, which then put her child into the hands of her mother, Naziah's grandmother, to have to take care of her, okay? So now we have another adult that's supposed to be responsible for the life of this child, who's supposed to be teaching this young child how to be a woman, how to carry herself with class, self-respect, how to teach her how to move and conduct herself in society, who should be teaching her and putting into her domestic skills and putting into her mind womanhood. Yet, it seems as though she wasn't. Her whole entire circle failed her. Her whole entire circle. Her mother, her father, whoever he is, wherever he is. I don't know. I think it's been said that maybe he's deceased. Don't really know the situation behind that, so I'm not going to speak too much on it. But those that chose to take her in to take care of her, everybody failed her. Nobody seemed to have cared. Nobody. Now this child is gone, as many believe that she has been murdered by this freaking sick, twisted, perverted predator, Jarvis Butts, who doesn't even deserve to have his name spoken. And he wants to sit his funny looking self in court and plead not guilty, when the evidence, text messages upon text messages, eyewitnesses upon eyewitnesses, put them together. This child was pregnant at her disappearance. Supposedly, she was what? I'm thinking they're reporting about 5 months pregnant. How is she in a house with 2 other grown-ass women that has had children themselves? And what? They claim to not know she was pregnant? I'm gonna call bullshit. Yep, I'm gonna call bullshit on that one. They didn't know she was pregnant, but they're supposed to be making sure she has pads for her monthly cycle. And she's not asking for any? You not noticing your supply is lower than what it should be if she's running out and dipping into yours? Oh no, y'all knew. You all knew. And I'm gonna put my money on it that they knew who impregnated her. The whole household was sick and twisted and had the audacity to sit in court during the preliminary trial and testify. Not one tear dropped. Not one sign of remorse, hurt, being distraught, worry, fear, nothing. But your whole entire granddaughter is missing. Your niece is gone. Over a year now. And no emotion. None whatsoever. They know. They are not speaking. This is why I tell you all, ladies, you got to protect your children at all costs. You have to put your children before just this random man. To love and be loved by a man is never that serious. To put your children at risk. To put their well-being at risk. They knew he had been charged previously with molesting his ex-girlfriend's 4-year-old daughter. And unfortunately, gave the baby an STD. And then I heard a recording where the aunt, Shannon Harris, she said, yeah, he told me about his past, but she felt that he was deserving of a second chance. Okay. Second chance my ass. That second chance got, I believe, her daughter by him molested as well. Don't quote me on that one. But I believe that's what was reported. But for sure, it got her niece entangled in bullshit that she should not have been in. Had her thinking this grown-ass 42-year-old man loved her, who was old enough to be her father. And like the judge said, she just wanted somebody to love her, but she died never knowing what that felt like. Her life was robbed. Her childhood was robbed. Her future was robbed because of people that did not care, because of people that did not choose to protect her from this piece of shit is what he is. There is no excuse, none whatsoever given to him. None. If you ask me, all the evidence that needs to be presented is presented, and he needs to go ahead and go on and rot. The text messages from the mouth of that 12-year-old. And don't mistake me, I'm not blaming her for anything on how she said it or what. Because that baby had been groomed. She had been groomed. Her innocence was taken advantage of. The fact that she wanted to be loved so bad was taken advantage of. The text messages between her and this sick-ass freak, I just couldn't believe it. I'll let y'all go find them and read them or listen to them for yourselves who has not heard it. People, you gotta be careful who you lay down with. You gotta be careful who you bring into your home, into your life, into your children's lives. You have to be careful. Too many of our children, too many of our babies are having to suffer because of our choices. That child may have thought everything was all good, everything was love, and no. She wasn't mature enough to understand and know what was happening to her. And it was our job, her family's job, our job as parents to protect. As a mother of sons and daughters, but specifically speaking daughters, I have a daughter because Naziah would be 13 now, I believe they said. I have a daughter that's 14. Never could I imagine, ever imagine something like this for her. Me being so negligent, irresponsible with her life and allowing something like this to happen. Just because I want a man. You know, I told somebody, I said, if I had to be by myself for the rest of my life because of the protection of my children, then so be it. Because there is never a man good enough outside of their father to be in their lives because of me. And if there is, I always say, I'll never know it. And that's just the truth. I will never know it because I am not that desperate to put my children in danger, possibly because I want to be loved. Their well-being comes first and foremost. When are we going to wake up and realize this? We are so selfish as women because we want some dick in our lives. Yes, I'm angry. I'm upset because this is a child who is gone. This dumbass won't even tell anybody where she is because he's holding on to the not guilty plea. And I hope in return the courts don't offer him a plea to tell where the body is. He doesn't deserve it, but that family deserves to know where that baby's body is so that she can have a proper burial. Just imagine as a child, carrying a child and facing death head on and can't do anything about it. She couldn't do anything about it. She was so tiny just looking at her on the TV screen. And he looked like a rather taller guy. Looks like a rather tall guy. And just imagine. But hold on, let's pump the brakes here. Many are speculating to it. It could have been the aunt or the grandmother. So let's even take that route. Just imagine the person, the people that is supposed to be caring for you, your flesh and blood. Your life is in their hands and they're taking it. Just imagine how that child felt, the fear that was in her protectors. Will we ever know the full truth? I hope so. Because that child needs justice. But what I do know is, no matter what, no matter when, no matter how, if we ever do or don't get answers here, if we can or cannot give the full justice for that child, all praises be unto the Most High Yahweh. He gonna make sure it's served. He will. For all of the girls that look like her. For all of the boys that endured things like this due to a sick-ass, twisted person. The Most High, He's going to take care of it. And I pray it's swift judgment. Because that child did not deserve what happened to her. And for everybody that's involved and knows what happened and refuses to step up, should I say may the Most High have mercy on your soul? I don't know, because did you all have mercy on Naziah? I just let you all be in the hands of the Most High and let Him do with you as He so chooses to do with you. I pray that child's soul is at rest. I pray that child's soul is with the Most High and that baby that she was carrying. And that this will bring more awareness to you all that's choosing a man over your children. That's choosing a woman Because trust and believe, there are women that are abusing and hurting children as well, whether it's mentally or it's physically, because of the relationship that they're in with this man that has children. So women, we don't get by on that one either. But both men and women, we need to be cautious of when we go to get into these relationships. Know what you're doing before you do it. Know what you're jumping off into and leaping into when you have children that need to be protected. It's never that serious, y'all. Let's protect these children at all costs. They rely and depend on us. So let's give these children the guidance, the protection, the love that they need. They didn't ask for us, but we need to give them the protection and the guidance and the parental love that they need. And if ever you get a chance in the future to have love, then okay, so be it. But right now, those children are your focus, and you all need to remember it. Hey, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out my website, purposelyhere.com, where you can find my self-published books, this t-shirt, and more. Make sure you check out the description. Hey, you all stay safe. Continue to watch these children and think before you leap. All right, you all.